Welcome back to Reputation at Stake. We are on week 12 of the diet, and we're making great progress. We want to keep you guys updated, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. I'm Fish.
I'm
She's
Pep.
And so, all right, so let's see.
This is a big week. This is week 12. That means we've been doing this for 3 months. 3 months. Most diets last like Monday.
Yeah.
So 3 months we have been on this carnivore journey, and to date, I don't know if I should tell you everything or if you want me to go through everything, but I have to.
Okay.
To date, I'm excited about this. To date, I've lost 37 pounds in 84 days.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
How about you?
I have lost, this week I lost, do we go to this week? Okay, no. So for the total amount of weight loss, I think it's like
33 pounds.
33 pounds.
Yeah, you've lost 33 pounds.
Yeah, so 33 solid pounds, which is really good. I've lost 3 belt holes, 2 pant sizes,
2?
and
Oh, yeah, you went from 46 to
skipped 44 and went right to
40.
42.
42.
42.
Oh, you're not ready for a 38. You're ready for a 40. Well, you need to be prepared to buy 40 so that when the time comes,
Right.
you have them.
I still got a little ways to go.
Yeah.
I'm a little slower than she is, so it's okay. I'm still losing consistently about a half a pound a day is my average, give or take, and I'm very happy with that.
You generally lose 2 pounds per week, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Ish. Just under 2 pounds.
Yeah.
But to be fair, you are under an awful lot of stress, which puts cortisol in your body, right? Mm-hmm. Between work and your mom, your mom's not doing well, so you're dealing with constant stress from work because you're a cybersecurity, right?
Yeah.
So that's a pretty stressful job.
It can be.
It can be. And you just got handed over new systems and all this stuff. So yeah, that's pretty stressful. And then family life is pretty stressful. And then if that's not enough stress, you are also working on a book.
Oh, yeah, there's a good friend of mine. He's a brother in the Lord. He's a mentor. And he had a heart to write a book, almost like a memoirs thing of like really things that really help encourage people. And I came alongside, saw what he wrote, and said, I really believe in you. And I do. And we talked about it, and it became a collaborative effort where we were able to both contribute and make a bigger book, and it's a lot more, formatted and all this stuff. So yeah, and that has taken a lot of my focus and energy, staying up till 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Writing, like actively writing or editing, which it's not easy to do that. And I think you feel a little stressed, like if you slow down or stop or take a break, that might be the thing that stops the book from coming out. So you have been... so many of us are, I know I would like to write a book, and that's what I keep saying, but if it's not butt in chair, it doesn't get done.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have, general life. Being a husband is probably a little bit stressful. You got a wife who wants stuff and throws, because your wife's feeling good, so she gets a little excited about all the projects she wants to do. So, I mean, that, and then, so you got work. You've got being a good husband, you've got being a good son, and then you've got being a writer. I mean, those are all pretty hefty things on your plate.
Right.
It's not like you're just driving down the road going, oh, I'm so stressed.
Yeah.
You've got like actual adult stresses on you, right?
Right, yeah.
And then let's throw a diet on you. So the fact that you've lost weight is pretty amazing and stuck with it and didn't... I think both you and I are emotional eaters. Like if we're sad, if we're happy... If we want to feel happy, we've always eaten.
Yeah,
so
I like to run into the loving arms of
Ben and Jerry.
Yeah. Because the ice cream, but that's my weakness. But other than that, I mean, I haven't done that. I mean, I've been on the diet.
Yeah, you've done really good.
So, and it's a way of life.
Have you lain in bed and been tempted to hop in the car and go to the store and get some?
I haven't been tempted in bed. I'd say it's only when certain shows come on and they're eating ice cream, or a commercial, or someone's talking about it in chat, or somebody, and you're just thinking, oh, that'd be so good. But then there's the memory of the cost of like feeling weak and tired the next day where you don't have energy. And the fact that I get up and I'm able to go from 8 to 8, or even from 8 all the way over to 10:30. I couldn't do that on carbs. not mentally, not physically, but I mean, I
I
guess
would say like more mentally for you, right?
yeah, I'm probably abusing myself a little bit because I've got so much like keep going energy that I'm taking full advantage of it. Maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it feels like time is short and you need to act. But anyway, that's what probably slows me down. I think.
Well, I think that's what makes driven people keep going, and they do the incredible things is they are able to keep going. And us on Ben and Jerry's, we weren't able to keep
Right.
going. We would try and do these huge projects,
Right.
and we get halfway through them, and we weren't able to finish them. And now you're able to finish stuff because you. Of course, yes, you need to go to bed earlier because I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
When the bedroom lights aren't getting shut off by 10 and I'm getting up at 5 and 6, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like I got bags under my eyes. Those are back and those are new. You look tired, and
The
you're
dogs
waking
bark
up.
whenever I go
Yeah.
to bed, so they wake her up for sure.
Yeah. So it's just a little harder. So somehow you got to find the balance.
Right.
But I'm so proud of you writing a book. I just got to say that.
It's an honor. It's my first one.
to be a part of something big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to encourage people. Like I say, and it's
Yep.
an exciting thing to be.
And I guess when it's finished, we'll share the name of it and where you can buy it and all that fun stuff.
I'll
But
bring it up
it
again.
is in the works. It is in the works. Okay. So for my update, I think my updates haven't been great. Like I have had weight loss to date. In week 10, I had an update of like total weight loss. I mean, I bounced around a few ounces, but it was the same weight constantly. And that was very discouraging.
Yeah.
Week 11, I spiked my weight. I think it jumped up 5 pounds. And that's very, as a woman who has a lot of weight to lose, that was very discouraging. And not that I was planning on cheating, that wasn't even an option for me. But my thoughts were, maybe this isn't working.
And to be fair, in case you might not have picked up on this, she did not cheat.
I didn't cheat
So-
to gain weight, to gain that weight.
The
Yeah.
spike happened while being faithful to the diet.
You know what it is? They told me I'd gain weight before I lose it. Actually, that's their motto. You'll gain weight before you lose it.
That's a bad motto.
Well, they're fat. They're not Shakespeare. I'll see you later.
And we're pretty much the BB, and E, bacon, butter, beef, eggs. We're very careful what we eat. We're not eating the junk food meats, which if that's what you're eating, I don't care. Yay, you're eating meat, keep going. If that's what gets you through. We ate a lot of salami and pepperoni at the beginning, and meat sticks and meat and cheese sticks at night. Like whatever it takes to keep you on this journey, you need to do that.
Yeah.
But we're pretty strict now. And so to see that weight gain was insane. And hopefully, so full disclosure, week 11, we actually had to film twice because we didn't plug the little speaker wire into the camera. And so it was very echoey.
Yeah.
So I would love to find that picture of what I looked like the Sunday of week 11 because my face was swollen.
Swollen, puffy, and
A little bit, yeah, I was very puffy
from the toxins.
from the toxins.
Or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Keto flu. The
Yeah.
thing with your.
Oh yeah, and the rash is really clearing up quite a bit. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
people saw it in the video, and it's starting to clear up.
Yes, it's way better. I'm so grateful that's going away. So this has been a duration of 3 weeks too, by the way. So if you're wondering how long rashes last, so this is the 3-week update on this rash. This week has been a great week for me. This is week 12, and Monday I had dropped. Oh wait, to total weight I lost 9 pounds, but. To be fair, we know that first spike was completely inflammation.
Right.
I was just hanging on to fluid. I remember my body was very achy. My joints were starting to be achy, and I was kind of getting worried. I'm like, do I need to give up the eggs? Is our beef too aged? Do I have to worry about histamine reaction? Because that just opens a whole new ball of stress in the carnivore community that I just want to grab my hamburger, grab our steaks, shove it in my face and move on. I don't want to spend time in the kitchen, doing these great big cooking things. I have other things in life I want to do.
Make it simple and
Keep it
going.
simple, stupid, silly. So, in actuality, I believe from this point to my lowest of low, so what I was all week 11 before I spiked, right, to my lowest of my low this week, I lost really like 6 pounds. That does not include the 3 pounds of fluctuation weight. So how I lost that was kind of interesting. So as a woman, I think men tend to go like, you drop a little bit, you stay a little bit, you drop a little bit, maybe you gain a little bit, but for the most part, men tend to kind of stay on the downward trend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas a woman, you will lose 3 pounds and it just boom, 3 pounds. And then you gain back 2 pounds. And then you stay at those 2 pounds for a little while. And then you lose like 3 more pounds. And then you gain, whatever. You're always losing, but it's not this downward trend. Now, you only really seem to have fluctuations if you eat 2 or 3 steaks in one day. Like if we eat lunch and supper in one day, you might retain weight. And then you retain weight anytime you eat the barbecue place.
Right. Sugar.
Right.
If you have anything, well, not sugar,
Yeah.
but like some things have.
Like that, carbs. For every carb you eat, you have to have 4 things of water, and that would make your pound that you retain on Sunday morning weigh in.
Right.
Okay. So anyways, I don't know why women lose weight that way. I guess it was put in us as a stopgap from us starving so that we carry babies during famines and that kind of stuff. So here's how I lost weight. Monday after the podcast, I dropped 3 pounds in one weight thing. And I thought, this won't hold. I'm going to bounce up. So Tuesday rolls around and I drop another pound. I did not go up. Wednesday rolls around and I dropped to the lowest I had seen so far. Then, so I kind of was worried. We were pretty strict, 1 meal a day by that point and almost doing the lion diet. Maybe we had some eggs. And I was worried that maybe the spike happened because I'd been too strict. So I decided to eat more.
Yeah.
So I rewarded myself and I had bacon and eggs for breakfast. Then we had a huge steak. And I can't remember if I stayed the same weight. So, but this is Thursday, I stayed the same weight. Friday, I stayed the same weight. Friday, we did that interview with Mom. I did that interview with Mom. And I was so excited for Friday because, number one, I was fasted. Number two, I had to load all the stuff in the car because Mom's a little bit handicapped. So when she goes out in public, she needs a mobility chair.
Yeah.
So I had loaded up the chairs. I'd loaded up the camera equipment. I had to load up Mom's mobility chair, which is what, 36 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At least maybe 46. I think it's
Somewhere.
46.
Is it 46?
Yeah.
So, and for the first time, I didn't like open it up and drive it from the garage to the car. I like carried that thing, and I could. I haven't lifted weights yet, and I could. I carried that thing. So I loaded it all up in the car. Mom and I went and got our hairs cut, all of them. And so I had to take that chair out of the car, get her into the car first, then get her out of the car, into the chair, go into the hair salon and do all the things, right? Get back to the car, load all her and her gear back up in the car, go set up at Sleepy Creek where I filmed in the wrong direction so you didn't see the beautiful lake behind us. And then had to pack up all that stuff, which was the chairs we were sitting in, the tripod, the camera, the batteries, the mics, all the things, right? Come home, unload the car. I mean,
It's a production.
It's a production, right?
Even when it's the minimal.
Right. But my point is, as a plus size woman, I usually sell real estate. So I walk in a house, I follow my people around, I come home, work on contracts or whatever.
Right.
I don't move a lot because moving hurts. But I haven't even started walking in the mornings. Crash, bang, boom.
Kitty cat.
So that's just to say, without doing a whole lot of pre-workouts or whatever, I was able to do all of that. And it's not because I'm wonderful or anything like that. It's just this diet somehow helps build muscle and strength, right?
Cool.
So this is Friday. Friday we didn't eat for about 28 hours because, number one, I was just outright busy. A lot of times Rainey doesn't cook when he's at work because he's at work, even though he's at home. He's working.
Yeah.
So then I was talking to my sister as I was making supper, and she goes, it'd be kind of nice to get some scientific data in your videos. You should, maybe test your blood sugar or that kind of stuff just so that, people can see what's going on. So as a type 2 diabetic, I'm unmedicated. I choose to be. And keep in mind, I have lost weight At this point, I'm 28 hours fasted, only had water and I think electrolytes at this point. My blood sugar was 124. It should be in the 90s, like 95 or less. My blood sugar was 124, and I was a little bit shocked because I know, like, there is so much science going on with that, but like in the morning, your blood sugar can spike and people explain why that happens. But I thought by this time I've been in and out of the car, I've been running around, I've been doing camera work, all the things.
Yeah.
I thought by this point in time, and I felt a little bit hangry, which I don't normally feel on the carnivore diet because it'd been so long, right? So I thought my blood sugar would be in the 80s. I thought I was feeling a little bit low. But I wasn't. So 124. And then I thought for grins and giggles, I'd go ahead and do my ketones. So I also thought, hey, I've lost a lot of weight. My ketone levels will be like 2.5, like 2.5. So I measured my blood ketone levels and they were 0.5.
0.5.
0.5. And Randy has done a little. He doesn't enjoy pricking himself, so you've done it once. And you were at 1.5?
Yeah, 1.5.
1.5, like
times, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, 1.5, and he was in the carnivore. It was probably like 4 weeks ago that we had done that. So anyways, I thought that was really cool. So Saturday rolls around. All that to say, Saturday rolls around, and I was in a new weight category, and I was thrilled with that. Thrilled.
So in other words, you broke your previous low.
I broke my lowest low. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was really excited about that.
After having gone through a stall.
Yes.
Or a gain.
So week 11 was, week 10 was a stall, I guess. And I kind of figured my body was repairing itself. Okay, I get that. And I'm okay with that. And this is what all the carnivores will tell you. When you're stalling, you're probably healing. Just keep eating meat, keep going, don't quit. And I kind of have to say, don't try all the things to fix all the things. Like, maybe if you're eating cheese, make sure you pull back on your cheese. Everyone says that cheese stalls them and cheese stalls other people. So
in the beginning, eat cheese to get through the fat adaptation, right?
yes, as a snack, yes.
And as you go further along.
But when you start seeing consistently losing weight and you're feeling good and you're still eating cheese, lose the cheese. Like, just kick it out the door, unfortunately. You can have it as special treats.
Yeah.
Like, Mom's birthday's coming up, and I found a carnivore cheesecake and a carnivore ice cream recipe I want to try. So we will be eating dairy on Wednesday.
We might film that. Well, I'm just saying.
I would like to, yeah.
Just to get an idea of because I don't know what this is. That sounds pretty cool.
So in one of our videos, I think I said take measurements, and I had to confess I did not take measurements at the start. And I kind of wish I had.
Oh.
Because today I was, again, talking to my sister, and I took my measurements, and I kept saying, holy cow, oh my goodness, like I'm measuring my body, Okay, so my waist, which is, no one ever sees my waist because my waist is between my, my hips and the upper torso. So, but the narrowest part of my waist, I am down 4 inches.
Okay.
My buttocks region, the stupid measuring tape, wouldn't even meet.
It was a very short measuring tape.
It was 60 inches, guys. My butt is over 60 inches big, okay? So I had to guesstimate. So it was 60 plus whatever the span of my hand is, which Randy says is about 6 inches. So my waist was probably 66 inches, and that's like around my bottom. I lost 6 inches and maybe like 6.5 inches because now the measuring tape actually meets and crosses by 1/2 inch.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then.
So you've lost 6 or more inches off your weight, hips.
Hips. Oh, no, my hips I lost 2 inches. So my butt I've lost 6+ inches.
Okay.
And then my hips, like below my butt, I've lost 2 inches.
Okay.
And then like where the bra band goes around the waist of your bra, I've lost 1 inch.
Okay.
And I'm just so thrilled. Like I wish I would have done my arms. Now, for grins and giggles, I went ahead and did my neck because it's an easy spot to measure, and I was just curious. My neck did not lose any weight.
It's a neck.
And since my neck's so tiny, it's 15 inches around if anyone's curious. So I'm so thrilled. Like
that's awesome.
This diet's working. Like if you're wondering, does this diet work? If you're thinking about starting it, please do your measurements. Please don't be a stubborn old cow and not measure yourself. Please just do your measurements so you can get those non-scale victories. Like the moment when your wife says, hey, your pants are huge on you, could you please wear a smaller size because they're hanging like a diaper? I think it's because men can measure themselves like every day you wear a belt, right? So you're always noticing, hey, another belt loop. Eventually you'll get to the point where you're going to have to put a new belt loop in or buy a new belt, right?
Right.
Women, we wear like all shapes of clothes. Closes. Sometimes you're wearing a blouse and pants. Sometimes you're wearing your leggings and a t-shirt. A lot of times I just throw a dress on. My dresses are always loose because that's the point of wearing a dress, right? So we don't get those as many non-scale victories as a man might get when he goes like this and he's like, I need a new belt loop.
Yes.
So, and then the other thing I wanted to say, which is really cool, is doing this adventure with you is amazing because you don't really care about the science, the fads, anything else. You keep me grounded, and it's kind of like keep it simple, silly, and you just eat meat, eat your eggs, try and do the best thing you can do when you go to Mission Barbecue.
Right.
And you're not interested. I mean, sure, we're all looking forward to Mom's birthday party where we have carnivore ice cream. But you're not interested in how much can I eat to see if I can still lose weight. And like, you don't mess around, you're just kind of like strong and steady and,
Yeah, serious. Committed.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's really cool. And I'm glad I get to be on this journey with you. You keep me grounded. So just to recap, guys, if I've said way too many words.
Well, and I should say,
Oh.
I'm thankful for her because, really she's the one that did all the research and went really deep dive. She spent hours online looking up detailed information about carnivore. And before carnivore came along, when I first met you in the 90s, she was researching health. She worked for Botanical Gardens, which sold health products, vitamins, minerals. She had this huge book and was always reading and learning about nutrition from a holistic approach, not just what's the latest medicine out there, but actually healing. And you've always been aware of different ways to, better yourself, your body, and not just go to the doctor right away always, right?
Even to your detriment.
Right. I mean, you should go to the doctors.
No, I mean,
But
we tried to go raw vegan and then we tried to go raw vegan juice.
Oh.
And we started, this is so funny, we have to share the story, okay? So we were juicing and we were going to do the whole body cleanse. And I know that now, oh my goodness, we were sucking in so many plant toxins.
Or oxalates.
Oxalates, there's lectins, I think is another bad thing.
Wow.
Okay, so the worst thing you can do is eat raw plants because they are designed to protect themselves from being eaten. So if you're going to eat plants, you should pretty much cook the crap out of them, and then you can maybe safely eat most plants. So anyways, we were doing raw vegan. We had done, I think, vegan for a few months. We hadn't really lost any weight. Of course, we were eating this caramel carrot cake that was all raw, lots and lots of fruit.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, I love sweet stuff. So anyways, we got to the point where I was like, we are not losing weight and we're going to do something about it. So we're going to do juicing.
Yeah, this just fell off the deep end.
I made these giant jars of green lawn juice, okay? And they were full of kale and spinach and celery and probably green peppers. And if it was green, it went in through the juicer. And I made these huge things for both of us.
Each one of those by themselves cooked properly might taste good, but if you grind them up, make them into a juice, it tastes just like the smell of your front lawn.
Ginger, I'd put ginger in there to make it taste good, and apples, so apple juice.
Sure, yeah.
Everything's organic.
If I have a turd and I put a cherry on it, are you going to call that ice cream?
So, and you were such a good sport about it.
For 1 week, we got
he would take these. There's a dragonfly out there. He would take these drinks to work and gag them down.
Mason jar.
Did you dump them in the
It looked
sink?
like I was carrying nuclear waste. My
was so
coworkers like,
awful.
"What you got there? Death in a bottle."
For a week, you did it. You gave your all for this thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I had heard about young coconuts, and I really wanted to go get some. And in our local area, there's nothing fancy. So we had to drive closer to DC. So What did you think as we were leaving? Because you knew it was going to be a 2-hour round trip.
Well, yeah, there was this thought in the back of my head when we went out to this place. I forgot the name of the darn place. But anyway.
Trader Joe's or something like that,
Joe's,
yeah.
It's famous, yeah. So we go out there. It's like 90 minutes from here. And we're driving. And in the back of my head, I had this thought, hey, we're out in the middle of, 90 minutes away from home. There's no way we're going to get back in time. There's traffic. Surely we could stop and cheat today because, she's at a disadvantage. She's going to be starving and we're surrounded by restaurants. So I'll just mention, let's go ahead and cheat. This was like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
I think it was about 10 years ago.
Well, I don't even
It doesn't
remember.
matter.
Yeah. We weren't living here.
Right.
So anyway.
It's right before here.
So, so here's the kicker. We're in the car. I make the statement, hey, we're in the middle of nowhere. Maybe we should make just an exception for right now. We need to get some food. I'm starving. Let's pull over. She looked at me and said, it's okay, honey. I've got it covered. She's driving. She reaches back with her other hand, pulls forward another mason jar filled with this
I had
nasty.
like 4 of them.
I was like, and my face just dropped, like defeated, like, you know what I mean? Because this was my moment to go to like the Cheesecake Factory or whatever, because that's like really awesome. But yeah, so that was, and then she just laughed and laughed and then we ended up cheating. And in fact,
Yeah, I
had to talk
think
about
we
it.
had jumped off the raw wagon by then. Yeah.
That was a rough diet,
That was
juicing,
hard. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel good on it either. Like, it's so weird because as someone who is plus size, and I've heard my mom say it, I've heard my sister say it, and I've heard other people say it, I will do whatever it takes to feel good. And if you watch my mom's video, which please watch it. What does it say? Mama says?
Yeah, my mama says. Try it.
Try
you
it.
might like it.
Yeah. Watch that video because that woman has gone through diet pills, getting her tummy. It was called the Roux-en-Y, but it's essentially like where you get a small pouch of your stomach and the rest of your stomach gets stapled off. So diet pills, stomach stapled. She's been on every known diet. And my mom is most awesome enough, because I can't think of words right now, but she doesn't just go on the diet for like a week. She goes all in. So when she does Weight Watchers, she would find what she wanted to eat and, she would simplify it because she was a mom, always trying to do stuff. So she would eat pretty much the same thing all the time, but it was on plan. When she makes up her mind, she does not cheat. And so she's always struggled with her weight. We as plus size people, I guess even people with anorexia, they kind of get to the point where they don't want to die. And I think Carnivorous Me, she's a really awesome channel. I really suggest you go and watch her channel. Her first video is This Is My Last Hope. And every time I watch it, I want to cry for her. I mean, it just, the raw emotion that she was willing to share was incredible. Bill Knott, you hear me mention this all the time. This guy was in the pits of despair, and he had no hope, none whatsoever. If he couldn't get help, he had no hope. And then these people are getting on Carnivore, and their lives are like changing. His name's something Kip, Barbecue Kip or something like that. He's another YouTuber, and I don't know what his starting weight is, but I'm getting all choked up. I don't remember what his starting weight is, but he's out there at 300 plus pounds jogging right now on Carnivore because he feels so good.
Wow.
He feels so good.
That's awesome.
All that to say, he's down. So our 3-month update. Our 3-month update. Randy's down 33 pounds.
Yes.
He's down 2 pant sizes, and he's kind of eyeing the next size, which would be 40s.
Yeah, 40.
Down 3 belt loop holes.
Right.
Working from like 8 in the morning till 10 at night.
So like 14
almost
hours
nonstop.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So I'm down 37 pounds. I feel amazing. My fingernails are growing like crazy. I have Hashimoto's thyroid disease, so I never grow fingernails, but this is actually all my fingernails cut back. My rash is clearing up. I'm losing inches all over my body. And
usually her fingernails look like mine. You can't even.
yeah, they're all
see
broken and jagged, and they're never.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not pretty now because I'm a crafter, but it doesn't matter. My fingernails are growing. My hair feels good. My hair was I need to make a whole new subject on this, but my hair was starting to fall out, and I've upped my fat, so I'm just eating bites of butter, and my hair has stopped falling out. So that's
from the butter.
from the butter.
And for those
Eat
that
fat.
those that don't enjoy the butter, I don't know if we've already covered this or not. But there's certain butters that taste way better than others, and I wouldn't have believed it until.
Yeah, don't get generic butter. Go ahead and buy good butter.
Yeah, like we there's a place called Save a Lot nearby. We go there and they sell Amish butter. There's also a farmer's market that sells the same butter. It's literally a block like this.
Yeah, so try and get hand rolled Amish butter if you can, because
Yeah.
that tastes better. But if you
really good.
can't, just get the better butters that don't have anything. I think Kerrygold now cuts their butter with something, which is really sad. It used to be 100% Irish butter. I was gonna look and see if I could find it's something Pride, the name of the Amish butter.
Let me just say, when you eat this butter, the salt, it's got like salt in it. It's got the right amount of salt, and it just tastes so good. Whereas if
Actually, I think this butter has too much salt.
too much salt, yeah, it is.
Anyone
it is a
could
little
say
bit
that,
salty.
yeah.
But if you were to take a piece of butter from like Sam's Club or Walmart, and you would say this should be good enough, for some reason it's just not the same as.
It's called Pearl Valley.
Pearl Valley.
Pearl Valley, Amish County butter, hand rolled.
Yeah,
but it's really good.
We're talking to everybody in the world, I guess.
Yeah, just buy the best butter you can, and if your butter tastes watery, it's probably just not a good quality butter.
Right.
Can
Yeah, just
so
try.
hair loss that stop. I got to tell you, if you're tempted to try carnivore, please try carnivore. If you're tempted to quit carnivore, I recommend go find a group of people, either Steak and Butter Girl, My Zero Carb Life has a group, I think Dr. Ken Berry has a group. If you don't want to join an established group, Ferrigno Freedom, he has a YouTube channel, and he's pretty amazing. I think he's starting a group. And then on the carnivore YouTubes, I can try and find their information. But there's lots of people who have Facebook communities. So don't try and go it alone. There are people who have been doing it far longer than us that can troubleshoot what's going on. Like losing hair, you might not be getting enough fat. You're feeling tired, you might not be getting enough electrolytes.
Right.
What I'm not pooping, then you need more fat in your diet, or I'm pooping too much, back off the fat,
Right.
they've been through it with so many thousands of people. They can really help shape the diet to your particular body. They're coaches. I think some of them are even licensed. So if you go on carnivore and you're feeling like crap, consider joining a community before you say this isn't working for me, because this diet pretty much, unless you are a medical miracle, this diet should pretty much work for everyone.
Yeah.
So if you've stuck with us this long, thank you so much. Please check out last week's video, which was the video I interviewed Mom.
Yes.
We're hoping to do more updates with her. We're going to go fix our garage up so that we can do podcasts so that she can join us, because that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us. Eat meat and God bless.
All right. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.
Take care, guys.